Hello everyone, I believe you have mastered the method of transformer operation. Next, we take the simulation substation, 220 kilovolts Yanfeng substation as an example, to explain the summary steps of the switching operation of main transformer. As shown in the figure, the number 1 main transformer runs on the 220 kilovolts section 1 bus, and the number 2 main transformers runs on the 220 kilovolts section 2 bus. The current operation task is to switch the 220 kilovolts number 1 main transformer operational state of section 1 bus to the maintenance state. Before formal operation, we will analyze the main wiring and operation mode of the Yanfeng substation. The main wiring of the Yanfeng substation is the normal operation mode, 220 kilovolts number 1 bus bar with number 1 main transformer, 220 kilovolts number 2 bus bar with number 2 main transformer, 220 kilovolts number 1 and number 2 bus. The parallel operation of the 220 kilovolts bus 231 switch, number 1 main transformer, 110 kilovolts incoming line, 101 switch for 110 kilovolts bus 1, number 2 main transformer, 110 kilovolts side entry line, 102 switch for 110 kilovolts bus 2, 110 kilovolts number 1 and number 2 bus bars are juxtaposed with 110 kilovolts bus bar 131 switches. Number 1 main transformer 10 kilovolts side 901 switch for 10 kilovolts number 1 bus with number 1 ground transformer, number 2 main transformer 10 kilovolts side, 902 switch for 10 kilovolts 2-stage bus, number 2 grounding transformer, 10 kilovolts bus 1 to 2 split operation, sectional switch 931 hot standby. Number 1 main transformer and number 2 main transformer are in 9th gear. Number 1 main transformer 220 kilovolts side neutral point 2010 grounded. 110 kilovolts side neutral point 1010 grounded. Number 2 main transformer 110 kilovolts side neutral point 1020 grounded. Protection configuration related to gap grounding. The number 1 main transformer is equipped with a complete set of RCS 974 non-electric, RCS 978 dual configuration protection devices. The number 1 main transformer is equipped with a complete set of RCS 974 non-electric, RCS 978 dual configuration protection devices. The 220 kilovolts bus bar is equipped with RCS 915, BP2B bus bar protection device. 110 kilovolts bus bar is equipped with BP2B bus bar protection device. 220 kilovolts bus differential protection failure and protection input. 110 kilovolts bus differential protection input. First, before switching the main transformer, it is necessary to consider the switching of the neutral point and the input of zero sequence protection. That is, to close the 2020. 1020 neutral point grounding switch and switch the pressure gate. Closing the neutral point grounding switch needs to be done locally. Second, switch the number 1 main transformer from operation to hot standby. That is, according to the principle of low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage, open the 901, 101, and 201 switches. It is particularly important to note that the circuit breaker must be remotely operated to open and close. Third, after the number 1 main transformer is switched to hot standby, the knife switches on both sides of the circuit breaker are opened, namely 1013, 1011, 2013, 2011, and the 901 trolley is pulled to the test position. And the number 1 main transformer is switched to cold standby state. Fourth, at this time, the main transformer is in a cold standby state. Then open the grounding switches 1010 and 2010 at the neutral point of the number 1 main transformer and conduct electrical testing and grounding on 3 sides to put the number 1 main transformer in the maintenance state. Finally, it is important to remember that deactivating the protective pressure plate associated with the main transformer mainly involves circuit breakers 131, 231, 201, etc. The above steps are brief. Please refer to the main transformer operation ticket for detailed steps. Finally, I would like to emphasize the 4 principles of reversing the main transformer. That is, the principle of power outage, the principle of neutral point, the principle of load distribution, and the principle of deactivation of associated protection. Next, please follow the operation ticket to practice on the simulation machine. That's all for today's lesson. Thank you.